It's time for week 6 of the P4G Pokemon Draft League. After Weakness Policy Pecharunt set us up for a win last week, this week we take on GentlemanThomas and the Gallades. With his Reckless Staraptor and Sheer Force Feraligatr, his team is incredibly hard to switch into, especially when he can play mind games with Zoroark. He has a great defensive core between Donphan, Qwilfish, and Tinkaton, and of course one of his biggest threats is Meloetta. Thomas's team has 2 Terra Captains, an Alolan Golem that can Terastallize into an Electric, Fairy, and Fighting type, and a Dusknoir that can Terastallize into a Ghost, Fairy, and Water type. This week I decided to bring Loaded Dice, Hustle, Terra Grass, Flapple, because Bullet Seed can 2 KO even defensive Tinkaton, and I can boost its damage even further with Dragon Dance. Aerial Ace allows me to knock out Hisuian Decidueye without worrying about missing, and Sucker Punch can deal with Mismagius and Meloetta, as well as knock out Staraptor after Stealth Rock at +1. Of course, Quagsire will be setting up my Stealth Rock this week, as well as going for Earthquakes into Pokemon like Qwilfish. I went with Counter plus Rindoberry to deal with Seed Bomb Donphan or Trailblaze Feraligatr, and Recover is there just in case my opponent leads Staraptor, as I can recover Stall Scarf Bravebirds. Because my opponent has both Mismagius and Zoroark, I decided on Special Defensive Heavy Duty Boots Incineroar, whose goal is to tank hits while knocking off items or U-turning around to other Pokemon. Flare Blitz allows me to deal with Tinkaton, and Will-O-Wisp allows me to catch Feraligatr or Donphan upon switching. But Incineroar is not the only starter I'm bringing this week, as I have my Snipe Shot Scope Lens Sniper Inteleon, which has a 50% chance to crit both Snipe Shot and Air Cutter. A critical hit Snipe Shot can 2 KO even Feraligatr. I have Taunt to stop Qwilfish from setting up hazards, but also Agility to potentially late game sweep. Every time this Pokemon attacks, it has potential to do insane damage. I wanted some speed control, so I have a Choice Scarf Moxie Heracross, which is faster than a Dragon Dance boosted Feraligatr. Megahorn lets me deal with Meloetta from full, whereas Close Combat is more spammable versus the team. Earthquake allows me to deal with Qwilfish, and Knockoff lets me hit Mismagius. My final Pokemon is a Choice Scarf Regieleki, and yes, you heard that right. Agility Feraligatr is incredible into my team, and it can outspeed a Regieleki if it runs the right nature. And if it runs a special set, it bypasses Incineroar's Intimidate. If Donphan is gone, I can Thunderbolt and Volt Switch for free. And if I find an opportunity to, I can go for Rapid Spin on hazards. I went with Explosion as my last move just in case I needed bigger damage. To me, it didn't make sense to have Terra Blast, as I'd rather double if I'm predicting Donphan to come in, into Flapple or Inteleon and get off a strong hit. With my defensive E's, I also tank Brave Bird from Staraptor. So that's my team for week 6 of the P4G Pokemon Draft League. If you do enjoy the Pokemon Draft League content or any competitive Pokemon content, consider subscribing. My end of the year goal is 500,000 subscribers, and you could help me get there. And I upload these Draft League games every Sunday. Also, be sure to check out my opponent Thomas. His content's great and he's a great battler. Lastly, I want to give a big shout out to Amel, Maverick Shooters, Tone, Owen, and the Loyal Bandito for all the help this week, as well as Pedro for the awesome editing. I've held you up long enough, so let's get right into the battle. Alright, so here we are versus Thomas. Crazy, scary team. I do like my Scarf Regieleki in this game, though. It's going to be important that we can beat the Donphan. That way Regieleki can put in work. I also love my Lion Boy. My Flapple goes crazy. Do you enjoy the draft content? Make sure you let me know. Consider subscribing. Also subscribe to my boy Thomas. Fantastic content. Honestly, his intros are great too. Like I love everything about his content. It's really good. So I'll start off with Inteleon, mainly because I'm trying to just click Snipe Shot as much as possible. I can also taunt Qwilfish if he ends up leading off with that. Inteleon is very good in this game because it's naturally faster than every single Pokemon on that team, so it feels like a decent lead. Also, we get to play some mind games with Zoroark. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. I'm going to have to write down like Zoroark's HP and stuff like that. The good thing is if I end up getting rid of Donphan somehow in this game, it is going to open up Regieleki a lot. Captain Crunch is the Feraligatr. Okay. I mean, it doesn't have to be Gator, but it could be Gator. Feraligatr. Crunch does not KO me. Snipe Shot on a crit does 2-shot. 50% chance as well. I mean, my Heracross also goes crazy with this thing being weakened too, so I'm actually just going to go for the Snipe Shot. Again, this could be Zoroark. We'll find out if he goes for U-turn or Dark Pulse or something. Great lead on his part, leading off with a Mon that could stop my Inteleon, but I'm just going to click Snipe Shot. I think this is going to be an offense v offense game, so every bit of damage on something is going to matter a lot. Like, it's going to matter a ton. Adamant. I don't know if he's Adamant or he's like a special agility set, which I think could be really good into me. I could technically taunt here, but I just don't want to lose HP for no reason, so I'd rather go for Snipe Shot. Yep, that was Zoroark. Okay, so Zoroark has been revealed. Focus Blast, 281 to 84. All right, so Zoroark is revealed. Focus Blast. Nice. Kind of wish I crit it, but I'm glad he let off with it just because it gives me something out of the turn. Zoroark, in order to do that much to me, I don't know if it's going to have... I actually don't know if it's going to end up having Sucker Punch here. But I still just like the idea of attacking where my opponent really can't defend. Sucker Punch will smoke me, obviously, if it's like... I mean, Sucker Punch should smoke me anyway. Yeah. Either way, I'm just going for Snipe Shot. Yeah, perfect. He switches. Every switch for him is actually really bad. Let me see. The Captain Crunch is the real for Alligator. Now, if I actually crit the real for Alligator, this is a very scary turn for him. Oh, it's Assault Vest as hell. That was a crit. Okay, so I'm going to put AV. AV. I'm also going to put its HP. Zoroark is in the red. All right, that's super AV, like ridiculously AV. If it's a special set... Because I like rocks in this game. If it's a special set, it'll do a good chunk to me. I think I'm just going to go you. That was a crit. This is max special defense. This is like max special... On a crit, it did that little. We go Quags out here. Goes for Trailblaze, excuse me. End up tanking that. Let's go. That was a crit Trailblaze too, which does definitely hurt. Sheer Force boosted though. That crit does hurt. On a crit, he did that much to me. So, for Alligator, it's obviously not Life Orb. Let's just go Adamant for the Trailblaze damage. Trailblaze, Sheer Force boosted. On a crit would do... That did about a little bit 140, so he doesn't have that much attack investment, I think. Yeah, about 140, so let's say no Rindo Berry. Do I live this? Trailblaze. No crit, though. 204 is the max he can do. I think I go for counter here. I think I go for counter. He does switch out. Okay. Good to know. I'm assuming maybe, was it Quillfish? Reese's Puff? Peanut butter chocolate flavor. Alright, it's Quillfish. Cool. Reese's Puff, Reese's Puff. That's fair. That's very fair. We're gonna get up my rocks. In front of this giant threat. Get up as many as we can. He could get up Hazards, but I do spin decently into his team. Yeah, Toxic is fine. Toxic. Trailblaze. Rocks going up is big. Kind of wish I had Earth Power in this sense, obviously, but we should be okay. Okay. Rocks going up is big. I always have this as a sack. It also lives one hit from Dawn Fan. Inteleon coming hard out is not terrible. But I kind of want to go Regieleki. Yeah, I kind of want to go hard Regieleki. It's my win con, but I'm going to make the play. I have defense EV, so I should be able to take any hit that they want to go for. And again, just rocks being up is big. We get to find out if it's heavy duty boots on the one mod. Also, my bullet seed gets a kill whenever it comes out. So, yeah, it goes for Spike. Cool. Gets up a nice little spike there. So there's two plays I can make. Actually, I know what play I want to make. I'm going to make the Flapple play. It's definitely aggressive, and if he gunk shots on me, it's good, but I feel like spin is really good, and I'm going to make the Flapple play. If it doesn't work out for me, so be it. But I feel like Flapple just like absolutely devours a team, and I gotta on Donphan, I have to make plays to keep it out, in my opinion. So let's see. Also, I could potentially get up a screen here, so I feel like Donphan is like decently safe. If he makes this play, the thing is I'd make this call versus Uzi, so let's see. He does switch out, perfect. Donphan or Miss Magius? It is Miss Magius. Good play. I am going to switch. I do have Sucker Punch, obviously, but we're going to keep that in the back for later. It does kill, depending on the set. But I do think just going right into Incineroar is the better play. Also, if he switches first into Donphan, I will go for the burn. Because again, we want to go for that Thunderbolt endgame, and every bit of chip damage on Miss Magius also helps out too, so... Miss Magius, he was obviously expecting the... He was very obviously expecting the, what's it called there? The Rapid Spin. That's fire. So he's playing Donphan really safe, which I can respect. Bro tried to Focus Blast immediately, though. All right, I switched out, which means he doesn't. See what he goes for. Power Gem will not smoke me. Trick will be okay. I don't mind getting a Trick on this. Does go for Power Gem. 261 to 394. I believe that's specs. I believe that's indeed specs to do that much, but actually, no. No, it's not. Wow. It's 130. That's not specs. That's just a standard roll. I'll go for U-turn here, though. I think you should never risk this mon. You definitely want to spin block. This could be Scarf then. And also just Quill, U-turn on Quill, keeping it low. Very good. Very important. Keeping Quill nice and low. See if he has Rocky Helmet. That is a very defensive Quill. We do need to weaken you, though. Not Rocky Helmet. Wonder if it's cut stab. We definitely need to weaken this mon. I feel like going out into you is my best bet to Earthquake. The thing is, I could technically go Lion Boy, right? And Lion Boy Terras and just gets the kill on Quill. Like, defensive Quill just straight up dies. With Terra Grass. I'm gonna make the Lion Boy play. Because I can also Sucker Punch, like I said, I can Sucker Punch them on later. It's Black Sludge. Cool. I'm going to Terra and Bullet Seed. Because I also think this forces, like, a decision from my opponent. That puts me in a potential good spot. It's a little risky, like Quagsire definitely could have been better, but I think this will be really defensive for my Heracross. That's what I would do in this situation. I'd be really defensive on this mon for Heracross. Maybe he goes for Toxic, maybe he goes for Haze, Thunder Wave. Obviously a fast Poison Jab would be annoying. Barbarage does not actually kill me from defensive, so... They do Flip Turn out. Now, there are absolutely zero switch into this mon, so I'm assuming Zoroark is going to come out and take a billion. Because there are no switch into the any other mon that comes out is dead. Flip turn. Almost wish I DD'd, man. DD would have been crazy. I actually think that mon could win. But yeah, there's no switch into this mon. Maybe they fear DD, so they go Miss Magius. Or they try and go hard Donphan, which I mean I'd be okay with because obviously that opens up Regieleki a lot. The Thunderbolt already looks good. But it could be the Zoroark sack. Peanut butter chocolate flavor. He could also fear me being loaded dice now. I think it should be a Zoroark sack. So this Corphish is not max defense. That's good to know. Cookie Crisp. That's a Zoroark sack. Okay. Zoroark maybe goes down. We do miss, which is really whack. It is hustle though, so like I kind of had to. He could flame really easily. Please? My friend? My best friend? I would like for you to hit. This suck. It sucks because I didn't want to reveal Sucker Punch here because I wanted to use it to cook Miss Magius later. I wanted to cook Miss Magius later, but it's all right. I mean, it's still a giant threat into their team. Do not get me wrong. It is still a giant threat to the team. Like, actually. So, I mean, it just sucks again, like I said, because I can't use Sucker Punch now. Sucker Punch is so strong, too. Like, even Meloetta does not appreciate it. I'm assuming Quill comes right back out. Maybe to get up another Spike. Could Gunk. I mean, you could go Gator, but I really feel like AV Gator does not take too much. Flip turn. Toxic. I could technically DD here. It's not a terrible play. How much did Flip turn do to me before? Flip turn. What does Bar Barrage do? Bar Barrage does... I'm in range of Bar Barrage. Tough turn. I'm gonna try and Dragon Dance. Yeah, he goes for Toxic. This is great. So provided I land next turn, I get something out of this turn. Of course, I am using a Hustle Flapple. And as we know how Hustle Flapple works, it is a Hustle Flapple, and Hustle Flapple is a Hustle Flapple. So y'all know how Hustle Flapple works. Everybody knows how Hustle Flapple works. But I know they're not max defense, which means that this Bullet Seed at neutral does KO them. It does KO them. So there is, in a world where Hustle is not the worst ability, it does get a kill right now. Getting rid of Quillfish would open up Heracross immensely. Heracross easily becomes a win con with Quillfish gone. So this is a decision like, does he just dodge? Like, does he just try and dodge? Is the decision he has to make. Because if he does not dodge, he did not dodge. Let's go, Flapple. One. I mean, it's guaranteed 4. So, yeah, it's a guaranteed... Oh, let's go, Flapple. 2, 3, 4, whatever. You're dead. Awesome. Okay. So, that goes down. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now, if Donphan comes out, let's see what happens. Let us see what happens. We want Donphan to come out because we wanted to go for Ice Shard. Ice Shard will knock me out. Quicker Life is definitely Donphan. Ice Shard. Ice Shard actually does KO me. Do I want to Sucker here? Neutral Sucker to defensive, though. It has to be offensive Donphan to KO me here is the thing with Ice Shard. So if it's not offensive Donphan, Sucker still does about 30%. Well, if it is offensive Donphan, Defensive Donphan does not knock me out with Ice Shard. I think Sucker Punch is the play regardless. Because it's potential Ice Shard, I think Sucker Punch is the play. I do land. Perfect. Okay, it is a more offensive Ice Shard. Yeah, okay, so I made the right play. All right, we got chip on that. Let's go. Donphan's at, like, what, 60? Okay. Not bad. Definitely not bad. I think at this point, I just go Heracross. Like, actually. And I just punch them. Because we're going for that Thunderbolt endgame, right? So, we gotta punch. Megahorn would hit everything. Megahorn is not a bad play, though. Megahorn does a lot to Donphan without losing... And it also hits Miss Magius for some good damage, too. It also does not allow Meloetta to come out. This is my first time clicking Megahorn. This is literally my first time clicking Megahorn. Like, even in mocks, I never clicked Megahorn once. I was going to change it to Spike. Let's see. Again, a dead Donphan is really, really, really good for Thunderbolt endgame. So, that's what we're going for. All right, we managed to land. Let's go. Beautiful, beautiful hit. Play rough. Does connect on me. Play rough, Ice Shard. Ice Shard. Play rough. I can try and spin. Okay, so they're super offensive, right? To do that much with play rough? Very, very, very offensive to do that much with play rough. Does that kill Incineroar? Intimidate. Does not kill Incineroar. I want to say I save this because I can try and... I can definitely try and save this. Yeah, I can for sure try and save this. Because I can try and spin. Worst case. Yeah, there's our Shard. Yep. We just Earthquake. Always. He KOs me with Earthquake of his own. Earthquake always KOs, so he goes for that. Offensive Donphan is a threat, man. Great call on his part. Also, if it's Clear Amulet, even better. Like, legit, great call. I don't think Rapid Spin KOs it from Regieleki, though. Let me see. Oh, it does about... Yeah, there's Earthquake. Quack dies here. I don't think the crit mattered. Okay. So it should be this. It should be an Incineroar. Let's see if there's Clear Amulet. Not Clear Amulet. Okay, cool. U-turn from Incineroar. Does 15 to 18. 5, 10, 15, 20. I have to knock off here. I literally have to knock off. Yeah, I have to. I think he's gonna... He for sure goes for Earthquake here. Did I calc this wrong? Uh-oh. Oh no, why did I accept that? I might have calced it wrong. He might actually just switch, to be honest, into for Alligator. That could be decent too. I think he's confident with a Meloetta endgame. He's confident enough with a Meloetta endgame. Oh, perfect. Oh my god, I literally got the best turn possible. I like legitimately got the best turn possible. Beautiful. All right. He's going for that Meloetta endgame for sure. For sure he's going for that Meloetta endgame. It was AV. Ooh. So Gator comes out. I think at this point, How much do I do to Miss Magius with Thunderbolt? It's gonna be close. Because Melodic. Actually, Time Crunch is definitely Gator. Yeah, Gator comes out for sure. What's the sack here? It surely has to be Heracross. I doubt I get the rapid spin off. It has to be Heracross, right? Literally has to be. Okay, so we have to Thunderbolt into... We have to create an endgame where Regieleki wins the game. So we sack Heracross. We know this is AV as well. Ralligator. Max HP, Assault Vest. 72 to 85. I think it's definitely Regieleki right now. Alright, that's super kills. I'm not even calculating. I don't think Volt Switch kills is the problem, so I actually have to go for Thunderbolt. Like, legit have to. And then it's going to come down to Miss Magius, I think, versus the World. Maybe. If he switches into Meloetta this turn, that's even worse. That's really bad for him. Like, even if it's... Because if it's not AV, it takes way too much from Thunderbolt. I think he has to sack here. This endgame is so close. This is such a close game. I felt like this is one of my worst matchups of the season. I'll be completely honest. So... I'm happy that it's close. Because damn is it difficult. I'm very happy it's close because damn is it difficult. Oh my god. Good job, Regieleki, tanking that. What a goat. Dude, max speed depth for Ralligator is a threat. Yo. Max speed depth for Ralligator is definitely a threat. Holy. Great calls, dude. Like, actually great stuff. So you power gem next, right? Always. Legit great stuff, dude. Dude, that was literally max. That had to be max to tank that. That's crazy. Oh, the Crit on Quagsire sucked then because then I would have lived the Donphan's hit. Oh well. All right, you go down. Lucky Charms is Meloetta. Do I have to go for the Thunderbolt? If it Relic Songs here, do I lose too? I don't really have a switch. I have to think. I think I have to stay in Thunderbolt. Like, I actually think if I go Inteleon and Relic Songs, I lose anyway, right? So it's going to come down to, like, do I para, full para? How much do I do with it? And then does Incineroar win the game? Which is really difficult. Like, very, very, very difficult. So I always Thunderbolt here. Maybe Focus Blast. If he Focus Blast, I can... Inteleon could still maybe do it. Bro brought AV the team. Bro really bought AV the team. Psychic. Raw Psychic. Okay. So that did... roughly half. If I take a Focus Blast on Incineroar, I think I lose. So I have to go you. I think if I take that Focus Blast on Incineroar, I literally lose. So I have to go you, and I believe I have to Snipe Shot Crit. Which I don't even know if it knocks out Meloetta, because that Thunderbolt did not do a lot. On a crit. Oh, it does knock out Meloetta. So we have the 50% Snipe Shot Crit. Now, you have not been doing great for me this season, my friend. I mean, in terms of critting, you've been doing great, Inteleon. You've been great, not even mad. But you have to get that Snipe Shot Crit right now. 50%, baby. Let's go, Inteleon. You go. Had to. That's why we put him on the team. That's why we put you on the team. 50%. I will say that I would have lived. It's hustle at the end of the day, but I would have lived. What's it called? I would have lived Ice Shard from Donphan if I didn't miss the first hit. That didn't matter anyway. I had to Sucker Punch there anyway. None of that mattered. I mean, I put Snipe Shot on it for a reason, right? All right, and it's Scarf Miss Magius. That's gonna go down. And then it comes down to I think I played the end game as best as I could. Does Incineroar get crit? That's what it comes down to. Also, I don't think... Actually, crit does knock me out? Question mark? Power Gem on a crit. Oh, I'm outside of range of crit. Cool. We win. Nice! Crazy game. Literally came down to Inteleon at the end. Crazy game. Great game, Thomas. Actually, such an amazing game. All right, we end up going 6-0. Woof! This is another one of them tournament, like, finals level games. I know the reason it might have mattered is because it didn't let me sucker punch Mellow at a later. Like Miss Magius came hard in on Flapple, right? Like later I might have been able to force it in so he could get damage on me and then sucker punch it too. But we end up winning. We are 6-0. Oh, that was our toughest matchup in my opinion. For Alligator, obviously for MVP. Inteleon too for MVP as well. Giving me that snipe shot at the end. Scope Lens Inteleon. Flapple, you only miss one move. I am okay with that. I'm definitely okay with that. Only missing one ain't bad, but yeah, hope y'all enjoy. Please check out Thomas. Crazy that we're undefeated. Definitely, I could have been a different game without the crit. Legit. But it's a 50% chance, so it's literally... Like, it's not like they have a higher chance than I. I guess I have the higher chance than them because I'm the one using it. No, it doesn't work that way. Yeah. So, crazy game. Make sure you subscribe as well. I'll hit up Thomas if he's down to do an interview. And, yeah, I will see you guys hopefully real soon in a sec. If not, leave a like, sub, peace. I have my boy Thomas here with me today. Say hi to the people, bro.
Hello, people. This is Thomas.
Thank you. So, leading Zoroark was a choice.
I think it's a choice to hardcore this leading Zoroark.
No, it's more so if AV for Alligator, I was more so fearing. I mean, look at my Regieleki set. Do you notice a particular item on it? So yeah.
Oh my god, it was Scarf?
Yeah, because everybody was using agility for Alligator versus me. Everybody agility special since it breaks, right? Like it doesn't care about intimidate. It breaks Petulant, etc. It breaks Quagsire because I'm not bringing water absorb. Like it's just really good and outspeeds Regieleki. So I was like, no, I'm tired of this garbage. I'm putting Choice Scarf Regieleki. And
I mean, I get it. I once ran a Choice Scarf Deluxe's speed in a game as well. It's like when you need to, you need to.
Yeah, literally. When you need to, you need to. And I'm telling you, Mox Small was putting in some crazy work. But the reason I snipe shot turn one is like if you're just standard Gator, I don't die, and then I do, basically like I can do on a 50% chance I 2-hit KO you, you know. So
makes sense.
I do over 50. I was like, I'm gonna attack, but you ended up focus blasting, and obviously I was like, oh, Zoroark.
Yeah.
I was thinking about like Zoroark the whole time, and I was like, I'm gonna have to pay attention and write down HP numbers because I'm gonna call everything Zoroark.
So the idea was to disguise Zoroark as for Alligator because that should lure in not Incineroar, that should yeah, no, I think I got it mixed up in my head because like I actually should have probably disguised it as Miss Magius to lure in Incineroar so I can focus blast on the Incineroar coming in, chipping it down for Miss Magius. That probably would have been the better way to do it.
Yeah, because focus blast was also a demon play turn one versus Inteleon.
No, I realized it afterwards. I was like, wait, why did I click Focus Blast? He's never going Incineroar on fucking Alligator. Like, I got so ahead in my head that I kind of just stumbled, you know?
Nah, it happens. Again, you were a demon as well, like I said earlier. Like, for bringing this in on my Flapple. Because, again, Sucker Punch smoked even at -1. Like, Sucker Punch was...
I don't even think you were minus in that turn because I hadn't brought...
You're right. I was actually neutral. Yeah.
Right,
I was like, yo, what is this? Is it going to Wisp me or something? So I switched fearing Wisp, but obviously Sucker would have... 80% of the time, Sucker would have been a good play. But...
yeah, and then I made the Incineroar prediction completely.
Yes, yep, that is completely.
That is what happened.
Yep. Didn't predict the Terrifier at all, as he told me.
No.
Hey, it worked out, though. It worked out. I was thinking about, like, end games and stuff. Would it have been better to go Miss Magius at the end first? on Regieleki, or I guess you don't know. I could be mixed, I guess, with Wild Charge too. I was just thinking because, like, obviously, I guess Meloetta still have to hit Focus Blast at the end of the day.
Well, so the problem with if I go Miss Mages first, and let's say you stay in with like we do the same where you like stay in, I kill you.
Yep.
I am then logged in. So if I click Shadow Ball, you have free Incineroar. If I click Power Gem, you go Inteleon. Basically, live like you still go Incineroar. Take the Power Gem, kill Miss Mages, and then it's Meloetta versus Inteleon, which I guess in that sense I would have full health. Yeah, that probably is what I should have done.
Well, either way, that still requires you to hit a Focus Blast. Like, that requires
yeah, because I have to hit focus on Incineroar.
Yeah, you still have to hit focus on Incineroar to kill it. I stayed in because I'm like, yo, if he's Relic Soul at this point, like, I have to keep Incineroar healthy anyway. Also, I was Scarf because of Adrenaline Orb. Also, things like... I actually put 8 speed on it just in case someone brought Agility Staraptor into me as well. Because 8 speed allows you to outspeed the base 100 Agility.
Yeah.
But also for the Sing Blunder policy as well is something I fought. That was very scary. Basically, just a bunch of like crazy.
Yeah, I mean, we basically made the Meloetta like kind of like the Petulant switch in because like you can't Shadow Ball it. Cover Cloak, of course, makes sure you don't poison on the fucking Malignant chain.
Yeah.
And we originally I think just 4 attacks, but then we were like, all of the mons that are faster naturally than Meloetta are special mons. So if we go Calm Mind, get a Calm Mind up, we're bulky enough to take a hit, we can probably get like a 2 to 3 mons depending on like how the game goes.
That makes sense.
So it is scary because if you Trishka Heracross, it doesn't fucking matter anyway.
Yeah, which I am. But yeah.
Which I mean, yeah, it was either going to be Guts or Trishka. It was like one of the two, pretty much.
No, it makes
sense.
sense.
Like how I felt.
Yeah, made sense there too. I loved, like I said, I love this.
Yeah, the AV bulky for Alligator. Yeah, that's. So it's because again it's down to we wanted to pivot around a lot for this game specifically because like I feel like that's a good way, that's the best way with the way my team is constructed now is like get houses up, pivot around, force you to basically switch all the time
and force damage. Yeah
exactly, and then force damage slowly over time. I'm a little sad I didn't get like an additional spike up with Quillfish. I think that could have gone a long way.
Hey, it was very tough though. If you got up an additional spike instead of clicking Toxic on Flapple, I lived Ice Shard. Yeah. Like,
well, so here's the really annoying. Initially, we were just like max bulk Quillfish, like max defensive.
Yeah.
So I had that in my head, but I myself changed it to what you see now, which is 2 points faster than Flapple.
Yes.
Which I forgot, and I should have just taunted you.
Fair.
Like 100%.
Very fair.
That is why I did it, so I could taunt the Flapple.
Makes sense. So you can stop it from setting up in a scenario like that. But I think in the scenario where you didn't taunt it was because you hadn't got Intimidate. So the first time I think Flip Turn was fine because you hadn't got Intimidate. But obviously the second time, like the Toxic, the taunt would have been good because I obviously DD'd there instead.
No, but I even Flip Turned the first time around, forgetting that I was faster.
I mean, I wasn't even sure either because he could have been really defensive. Like I think all of it, like because it's a Heracross switching at the end of the day, right? It's supposed to be because Heracross is a nasty mon into this team, like very nasty.
Yeah, I mean, I thought between Quillfish and Donphan I could sort of handle like non-guts, like Heracross with guts. Like I mean, there's nothing to really.
Yeah, there's nothing. Right? Yeah.
But if it's not guts, I can kind of between the two because like Donphan can take a hit. Playrock, well, I thought Playrock was gonna kill it, but if someone had defense in the fucking Heracross.
No, it's a roll.
Yeah. After the spike, it's a roll. Yeah.
I did have defense EVs too as well. For
that's what I'm saying. Like because you had defense, you like lived. Because if you have no like investment at all, then after the spike, it's a kill.
Yeah. This defense EVs. Let me actually look at your team again real quick because I finished it a while back. I believe it was to live. Liquidation from Adamant Life Orb for Alligator. Like guaranteed type of thing. So like just in case, I didn't think you were gonna bring that mon, but I mean you saw I got like Rindoberry Quagsire. Also my Decidueye check. Just tank the Leaf Blade. Take 99%.
Yeah, I was like, I have a Decidueye.
You do have a Decidueye.
You do. You're right. I do.
If you get rid of Petulant, it's good into my team. Like so, like it's actually pretty good.
I think it kind of fell under the same as what was the other one I talked about, Tinkerton, where like I don't think it's bad, but I just think the 6 we brought kind of function together very well. I also think this team, like, I know I can probably misplay Zorak a little bit, but I think this team also really allows Zorak to disguise a bunch of different things that makes it super difficult for you to tell. Of course, letting Zorak take a hit immediately is probably pretty stupid to do that.
I will say, again, still not knowing it's AV, no matter what Pokemon came out, I was clicking Snipe Shot on. Like, 10 times out of 10. Like, just because that 50% chance to either knock them on out, in like Zorak's case, obviously, Donphan down to sturdy, etc., Miss Magius, etc., is worth, in my opinion. Because, like, as you saw, Inteleon doesn't need HP to function. It just needs to be alive.
I know. It's like Inteleon's like you just hit with it. That's kind of it.
I mean, you had it last season.
Yeah. Well, I had it in the SPL season.
Yeah. Well, 2 seasons ago. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I know there's a mon you really like, but so at the end, when I went Incineroar on your Donphan, I'm like, oh man, wait. There's a roll where he KOs me with Earthquake here. But does he have like speed? Did I mess up? But you Ice Shard, because yours makes sense for your end game. You need as much chip as possible to allow these two to do anything.
Like I if anything, I said maybe I should go for spin just in case he tries to pull a double or something. Because like I of course know I'm slower, right? Like I know my Donphan is slower.
Yeah.
So it's like in case he wants to, because I think I might actually live a U-turn, maybe.
You did. You for sure. Right. That's why I didn't go for it. I would have went for U-turn 100%.
So in case you like U-turned or did a double or anything, maybe should have gone for spin, but I was like, but the chip can end up mattering, so I'm just gonna go for Ice Shot.
Yeah, for sure.
Which I mean, in the end it didn't, but yeah.
I like the way you played, by the way, Miss Magius versus Donphan. Like when you went Miss Magius first on Lucky.
Yeah.
As opposed to, because I think if you did go Donphan, it was a kill. Like confirmed. Well,
yeah, for Flabble.
Yeah, well, it kill 80% confirmed. This is enough. You know, if you think of 80% as Hydro Pump, actually, okay, the worst move that's 80% is what? Bleakwind? Probably Bleakwind at this point.
Probably. Jay Rigger would probably agree on that.
Yeah, Bleakwind. So if you think of it, and Stone Edge is pretty bad too, but I think if you think of it as almost Fire Blast, then it's okay in a scenario. But yeah, like that was. We talked about a little bit too. Like I wanted to go Terra Grass, loaded dice just because this set 2 KOs Tinkaton, right? And then obviously just Grass is really annoying. And the goal was like if you bring Staraptor, I get up rocks, and +1 Sucker Punch actually has like a 75-80% chance in my favor to KO, not counting accuracy, to KO Staraptor after rocks. And Staraptor, if it's Scarf, should be like adamant. Almost max speed, just a little bit faster than Heracross. Because my speed tiers are obviously Heracross, and then they jump all the way up to Inteleon, Noivern, Regieleki, etc.
Yeah, that's why like a lot of my mon, like Miss Mage's Sword and whatnot, I could afford to go like Modest, because you had that gap.
Yeah, I agree. No, I agree completely.
Like that kind of helped a little bit. I actually, like the more I think about it, the more I'm like really mad I didn't play Zorak better, because I think he had like a really good matchup.
Oh yeah, Zoro was. I tell people I think this was my worst matchup of the season, by far, because you made so many changes for me specifically that you won't admit for me.
No. So they were not just for you. They were for all 3 people. They might have been a little hated towards the pitcher one because I did not want to see that thing.
I didn't bring it. This is the first game I didn't bring it.
Exactly, like see people you can make as a pitcher and it's not that good.
Yeah, by having Meloetta, Miss Magius, Zoroark, special for Alligator, a Dusclops that can Terra. Yes, you can, even Tinkaton Encore. You know what's crazy? I think Petrant still could have came to this game in
it's easily.
Easily. There's a few sets actually that I'm looking at that I'll save later, but that would have been really cool here, because it's not a I thought it was a one-dimensional
No, it's not.
It's not.
I think I've been one of the biggest Petron defenders since it like came out. Like a lot of people were like, it's not actually that good. I was like, no, that mon is kind of a monster. You just need to look at it.
I think it's good in like obviously we've been seeing it go crazy in lower tier, but I think it's good in higher tier too, because I remember.
I think it is too, because like at worst case you just have like an insanely bulky pivot with like parting shot.
Exactly.
Like so I will tell you this, we actually initially had a Donphan that was clear amulet with like Sand Tomb to fucking trap that fucking Petra. So like you can't parting shit up, I Sand Tomb you, and then you just kind of like slowly goes down.
That's what I thought. That's what I was talking about as well when I brought in Sinnoh. I was like, wait, is he gonna be clear amulet on this Donphan right now? And also you could have obviously had like I think Play Rough was a good call for Heracross, because again, giant threat if it's Scarf.
It's because it covers both Heracross and Noivern.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why it's like
exactly. It still hits
it's like
Flapple
that
as
almost.
well, which is cool prior, which is nice. Because like obviously Donphan could also run C-Bomb or Trailblaze, which is why I had like Donphan was a giant threat into my team because I think my ground resist are fine. My team is offensive, and to be honest, Petrarch can beat every ground type that's probably not Donphan. Like Petrarch can 1v1 every ground type that's not.
No, we did look at the calcs and like, okay, Donphan is a ground type that can potentially 2-hit KO to Petrarch.
Yes.
Thankfully.
Yes. That's
even if he's max defensive, Donphan can still do it.
Yeah, that's like one of the few that actually can when it comes to this. So I was like, okay, offensive Donphan's a problem. Even like choice band Donphan because Earthquake. Into this particular version I brought, like I didn't bring Noivern, I didn't have
because
a bomb.
you didn't bring Noivern, it would have been like really strong. Like I was a little nervous about like Noivern because I didn't bring Tinkerton, I didn't have the greatest like dragon resist
Pivot,
at all.
Yeah. It's so this is the thing. I feel like my team has a lot of strong mons, so it's kind of hard to. Noivern always starts on the team. It doesn't always end on the team because it's like, okay, would I rather risk Hurricane or have these demons that have 100% accurate moves, excluding Flapple?
I was supposed to say there's a boy
excluding Flapple, like type of thing. Like I think Noivern's still a great mon. I think it's something you have to keep into account when it comes to prep. But I still haven't found like, and it did help me win versus Ellie with the defog and stuff like that. But I don't think I've went for an attack with Noivern this season yet. I don't think it's actually attacked ever into anybody.
Wait,
so
really?
I don't think so.
I mean, yeah, I guess even if you run like Super Fang, you're still risking missing.
Yeah, literally. The only thing I've done this season, I think, with Noivern, because there's some games I won before it came out, but also, like, I just clicked defog. Like, I think I just clicked defog once and it saved me. And that's why it's on the team, right? The defog. I will say, though.
I should, you know what's funny? I should have scouted a lot more, because I literally said while we were prepping, I don't think he's bringing defog on Noivern.
And it literally could have been a thing.
Yeah, but I was like, I don't feel like it's, like, if it comes, I feel like it's going to be offensive. Like, I guess I should have watched your videos and more. Like I was looking more intensely.
No, I put defog on every set. All offensive sets, spec sets, scarf sets. Like my set versus Ellie was Draco Hurricane defog switcheroo. Like it's just good.
I think it's just because I think to me I feel like Leg is like slightly more reliable when it comes to removing.
I mean it's 100% reliable. Like it's dude, you know all the Reggies are tier 4 in P4G, every single one. So
well, okay, to be fair, Regice could potentially have been tier 5 as a Terra Captain. Like it would have been really good, but it could maybe have been there.
I think Regigigas could have been there too. F it, like just whatever.
True.
But it's just like I feel like Regieleki is not a tier 4. I think it's like a tier. For me, it feels like a tier 3 minimum, just because.
So I think for me it's like on the balance because I understand what you're saying because like it can do a bunch of stuff very reliably because of the speed. But it is also just like if you have a semi-decent ground type, you can stop it most of the time.
Yeah, but I mean, you won't stop spin. Like, you cannot stop. If I didn't bring Choice Scarf Regieleki and I was Boots.
Say that to Runa Regis.
That guy don't exist. They brought that guy for one generation and left. Golurk too, I guess.
Okay, then Golurk. Yeah, I was supposed to say Golurk.
Yeah. But like, let's say I had brought like a Heavy Duty Boots one. Like, I can always spin freely because if Miss Magus comes out, I just, either Volt Switch or threaten like a physical wall charge or something. I want to bring Supercell Slam one day, but I can't trust myself to take 50% of my own HP with my mind.
I like how you're just like, I don't really like running Hurricane, like I can miss, but I'll run the Supercell Slam where if a ground type switches into me, I just take 50%.
You never use high jump kicking draft?
I do, but only on Medicam when it was needed.
You don't think Supercell Slam is needed on Regieleki for Calm Mind Waters? Look, bro, imagine Supercell Slam in this gun. For Alligator, cooked. Meloetta,
yeah, but for Alligator only stayed in on the Regieleki because there was no reason to switch.
It also tanked very well.
It also tanked it. I would say when I did the liquidation, I was like, damn, that leg is kind of fat. What the fuck?
Oh, yeah. Like that dude is...
took that liquidation way better than I thought.
My favorite EV spread this season is 2v2, 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 2v2. Because I think my team is basically okay with that, right? Like the occasional... Like I got something here because it's only I needed, but I think the team can kind of get... And then this is for like Trailblaze Decidueye. Shout out to Air Cutter. I don't know if I'll ever click that move this season, but it's always going to be there because it's 50% chance to crit.
You'll do it when we face J-Rig and his Vaporeon.
Oh, I don't play that matchup, so
no, but you're both gonna get to playoffs.
Well, I'm gonna avoid the hell out of that, and I'm going to hope that I'm telling you straight up, there's like 6 people I don't want to play. I don't want to play you again. Actually, I don't want to play anybody. I just hope you all like lose to each other in playoffs, and I just sit in
We
finals
all
and
like week 8 comes by and we all like, you know what? I'm dropping. I don't
yeah,
wanna
literally
play anymore.
everybody drop, so I can just take it. But yeah, like I said, this was definitely a tougher one. I wanted to bring AV Incineroar as well, but Wisp I think was so necessary because like if I lead this into Staraptor, you could do -1, you do like 40-something% with double edge. If you turn out to Donphin, I Wisp it. It's also good into like one thing I was actually fearing was Curse Dusknoir with Terra Water, of course, not your 50% curse, but the
Yeah, like
yeah.
You know, I actually did when the initial set I thought of with Dusknoir, but that was before I actually started prepping. You know, you kind of just go around, but like, okay, this would be kind of interesting to run. Was actually Calm Mind Dusknoir into your team.
Ooh.
And like with the Terra Water, of course, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is, your team is so specially offensive, and the main physical threats and Heracross and Incineroar, I can kind of beat to some extent.
Yeah.
So going with like a Calm Mind, like I would literally sit in front of Petulant and laugh at that thing.
Yeah. I was actually debating like Toxic as well because I was like, Covert Cloak Mellowater feels really good into me too. That's another reason why I went Terra Grass Flapple instead of like Fire for the resistant boost.
Yeah.
I was like, I need the immediate damage because even on Resist, I 2-shot and everything dies besides Tinkaton to Bullet Seed plus Sucker Punch. Everything on your team dies to Bullet Seed plus Sucker Punch. So, and then I have the one accurate move for Decidueye, just in case. Aerial Ace.
Gotta have a move, just
Yeah, just to be there. Someone was like, I think Mav suggested do a Wing Bee. I was like, are you a monster? Like, let me just get the one kill. Let me have some peace when I use this mon. I was sad that I missed on Zoroark because I was like, crap, man, now I have to reveal Sucker Punch. Which is like...
Yeah, so in that moment, I definitely didn't think about Sucker Punch. Because I was like, shit, he missed. Okay, I get actually a pretty good hit off here. And then when you suck it, I was like, oh yeah, it does get Sucker Punch. You're right.
Yeah, man. I should have just clicked it versus Magius instead of F it because you knew I could be Terrifier too. But then again, if I missed it, it's the same thing anyway.
That's why I clicked Power Gym was because I expected the Terrifier.
Yeah, it worked for Incineroar anyway. It was a good play.
Yeah, I mean, that was the initial reason why we put the Power Gem on, of course, was to hit the Incineroar.
Yeah.
On like a switch.
Yeah, makes sense.
I also went... So originally I didn't have Psychic Noise on Miss Magius, but I was like, you know what? In case it's like a substitute pitcher, I'm gonna run Psychic Noise.
Smart. I like that. Lets you get hits through sub and also stops my recovery.
Yep.
That's really
nice.
I
was like, you know what? Because like, I think I had Energy Ball, but I was like, you know what? Shadow Ball does enough to Quagsire.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you're actually pretty good in the Quag too. You Toxic Taunt it. Your Earthquakes still do a good chunk. Like, either way, you're good. I felt like
the main reason I ran Trailblaze on like for Alligator is because in case you were Water Absorb, I needed something to threaten you so you wouldn't switch into it as often. Like if you were Water Absorb.
Makes sense. Makes
absolute
sense. It also lets you actually hit Inteleon too.
I mean, Liquidation still kind of is Inteleon. Like, let's be honest.
Not from this set. What, is it doing 35, 40?
No, it's not. I think you underestimate. No, mine it does 31 to 37. Never mind.
Yeah, I'm about to say I'm not underestimating anything. I know I got defensive V's. But
yeah, I think it's because I'm so used to just looking at offensive life for Alligator, you know.
Yeah, literally, that mon's a demon. That mon's a goat mon.
Burned in my head at this point.
Like actually, I'm so obviously I won. Got the 50. I got the coin flip at the end, which was was it is. Hey man, I mean, put it on there for a reason.
It would have been a coin flip into 70%, so it's like played the odds.
Yeah, literally. And again, I was just like terrified anyway of some mons, but obviously I wish the best for you in the rest of the season. What's the score right now?
I mean, I'm 2-4 now, so I have to
win out. You have to win out
with pretty decent differential too.
Yes,
I know.
I will say, I almost brought Iron Defense Reggie Steel into you. Just because of the past 2 weeks.
Why do you think the Quillfish has taunt? Like, why do you think it has taunt?
Just because of the past 2 weeks. It actually looks crazy, too.
I mean, that's why, like, I wasn't that afraid of it because all of my special mons can hit Ileki decently. So it's like, you might claim one, but at least I can get damage off and then pick you off afterwards.
Yeah. That's fair.
I will say one thing I thought about very, very briefly. Like, literally as we were, like, DMing about, like, hey, do you want a rich play and whatnot, I was like, I wonder if he's gonna be Curse Heracross.
Ooh, okay.
Like, I don't know why Curse specifically.
It can bulk up. It can bulk up.
Yeah, I know it can bulk, but it even has Iron Defense. I'm literally looking at it as Iron Defense. I don't know, but Curse just came to my mind. I was like, I was like, he would be the type of guy to do it just to try to piss me off a little bit.
Well, Iron Defense Flapple was also on my.
Also, I wanna quickly grab a set I want you to see, and do you think I should have brought it? Because like I had a small a small epiphany just sitting by myself. I was like, I feel like this set could kind of go in.
Is it a new mon or is it going over something?
No, it's Meloetta but different. Yeah.
Calm Mind, Psychic, Focus / Trick Room. Jesus Christ, with room servers. Yeah, that set definitely would have went stupid. That's also the fact that it does still have to hit 2 Focus Blasts, but.
I mean, I just hit.
I don't know why the moves didn't.
Yeah, it's because of Discord's like new way of like doing it.
Yeah, we can show it like this, but Psychic Calm. This set sounds fire, by the way.
And I thought of it, and it, like the only reason I didn't do it because like if he does bring Quagsire, that would be a little bit of an issue. But you brought physically defensive Quagsire rather than special defensive.
Yeah,
so it could have still been pretty good.
It was just like, because I needed the Rindo to pop.
The most like big thing is look at the speed specifically on the set.
0 speed, modest.
It's 0 IVs as well.
So it's speed ties with Quag.
No,
Max
it underspeeds Registeel.
Oh my god.
After the -1 from room service, yeah, it underspeeds Registeel.
This would have been sick.
And outside of room service, it outspeeds Incineroar still if you're not like max speed, which I didn't think you were ever going to be max speed, right?
Yeah, no. Bulky, I think I had to bring it. It's like my Zoroark, Miss Magius, Meloetta catch all. Like, and that's why.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why again, Incineroar for most weeks of this season have been max. I don't even look at anything else. I go max. Use the same 4 moves.
We did like I actually think it was Jay that told me that like that Incineroar is kind of gluing Joey's team together, and I was like, I see it.
Yeah, Chris Reed has been going. Chris Reed has just been there. Like, it's been every week. Sometimes I run this with Assault Vest, which is like amazing because then you take like 40% from a crit Terra Dragon Pulse from Lolanegi. That was fun. But you have anything you want to tell the people? Tell them about what you're gonna do in the future for you gonna win the next 2 and get back into playoffs. What's gonna happen?
I mean, yeah, of course I'm gonna smoke Kyle next week. Kyle, I'm coming for you. And then last week I played Nexus. Ooh, I have 2 good games left, man.
Bro, and the thing is, Nexus also has to win out too.
Well, Kyle is in the same. He's also 2-4. We're all like in the same position now, I think. Yeah, we're all in the same position now.
Oh, okay.
So, like, that's positive for me because that means if I do win, I do also keep them behind me.
Oh yeah, because if you end up beating, well, I mean, if you beat them anyway, you do. Yeah, you knock them out basically.
Yeah, basically, so it's like that helps me because then I don't have to worry about it.
Look at standings real quick.
Man, I have no games at the end. But yeah, also, if you would allow a little plug.
Yeah, plug your channel. Go for it.
So I am in charge of a Wi-Fi league that's about to start up called, well, not in charge. I am a mod in a Wi-Fi league called WPF. We are in the middle of drafting right now, which by the time this goes up, we probably would have finished. So tune in for that if you want to watch, because there are some good players in there, and it's going to be fun.
Yeah, I mean, I said before, I think Thomas has some great Wi-Fi content in general, and shout to Shuckle who put me on, and then, you know, he's the reason he got into SPL Season 1. I was like, oh, this is a great guy. I'm glad.
Yeah, you know what? Now that I'm here, I have a little bit of like a platform. Shout out to Leo, because I learned Leo was the one that put Shuckle's eyes on me.
Oh, what a goat.
6 foot hacks. Yeah, 6 foot hacks.
Goat.
Yeah, I learned that.
That's
so shout out to Leo.
Yeah. I mean, dude, your content, I think, has been great. I really enjoy your intros as well. The animation you chose, really, really nice. And I also like when you put the wrong graphic and then you bring it to the battle. Shout out to Intimidate Star Raptor.
Well, okay, like, you know, I said it in the video. It's because I make the graphics like basically like when I have gender and the team is ready and all that.
Yeah.
So if there's a mistake, it's just it is what it is, you know.
Yeah. No, I feel you. Either way, it's gonna be a good season. I'm excited to watch every game that matters. That's why I like 8-week seasons over anything else, just because every game matters. And yeah, check out Thomas. His link is down below. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.